Waynesburg and Greene County held their 85th annual Christmas parade.
The fourth GOP debate happened last night, and the FBI arrested a suspected terrorist. All this and more right here on WCTV.
And now, your 5 o'clock news on Channel 14.
Welcome back into the newscast live at 5. I'm Logan Lepiscopo.
And I'm Tim Durkin. Greene County held their 85th annual Christmas parade last Saturday. Will Wilson got the story.
I'm here down at High Street where the 85th annual Christmas parade is happening. And as you can see, Christmas is full swing here in Waynesburg, PA.
Greene County had their 85th annual Christmas parade this past Saturday, and many were looking forward to the festivities.
Bands and stuff. I like all the bands.
Kids enjoyed candy that was passed out and were able to see decorated fire trucks, fluffy cows, the Grinch, and of course, Santa. Others enjoyed the meaning of the parade and what it means for the community.
Greene County is small town USA, and there are some people who think that that's a bad thing. And I think exactly the opposite. Small town USA is what makes America fantastic. And all of the little things that you have going on, from the holiday open house to the parade, there's going to be other parades that will take place over the next couple of days and weeks. There's going to be cookie making events. There's going to be opportunities for people to get together to celebrate. And all of that just brings the community together and allows us to support each other in a way that other areas can't do.
For WCTV, I'm Will Wilson.
The Department of Communication held their annual Duel and Buell this past Tuesday, and Joey Chirillo was there for the action.
The holiday season brings cheer, joy, and of course, competition. Tuesday, December 5th, the Communications Department held their annual Duel and Buell, where print and broadcast majors face off for the Duel and Buell Cup. Broadcast majors on the right and print majors on the left faced off in Jeopardy and trivia games to determine the winner of the cup. Alongside the competition, the department had pizza, Chick-fil-A nuggets, and other sweets to enjoy throughout the evening. Students and faculty also participated in a Toys for Tots drive to bring joy to children around Greene County this holiday season. The broadcast team being the reigning champions and looking for their 5th victory in a row, the games began. Pixar-themed Jeopardy was neck and neck, but the broadcast team took the first win. Trivia was again a close game with a victory guess from senior Joe Venzel. He brought the cup back to the broadcast side.
Fantastic. I mean, we got to keep the broadcast streak alive, and if I'm the one to do it, I'm the one to do it. So, got to bring it home.
Everyone that's involved.
It just brings everybody together on both sides. If it just comes down to one day with bringing us all together as a comm department, it's just beautiful, honestly.
Toys for Tots Drive was able to gather 150 plus toys from the department and will be accepting donations until December 15th if you would like to contribute. For WCTV, I'm Joseph Shirley.
Something has been brewing down in East High Street as a new coffee shop opened up. Ethan Spazarski has the story.
Hi, I'm Ethan Spazarski, and something's been brewing here in Waynesburg, the new RGB Coffee Shop.
The Roast, Grind, and Brew Coffee Shop is a new coffee shop here in Greene County. The coffee shop offers not only cold and hot beverages, but a little shop, a seating area offering local art and historical photos. Coffee shop owner Ben McMillan explained how his shop adds a unique touch from other places.
You can kind of slide in there with a unique setup like what we do here. We have a bunch of local artists, their work on the wall. We have local history on one wall, a bunch of unique seating, different chairs all around the place. I just wanted to make it kind of a cozy place. It kind of slid in, I don't think there was much of a need, but it was just a good opportunity that I saw that we could kind of slide in there and create our own little space.
McMillan wants to remind people of the rich history here in the Greene County area.
And so when I put the space together, I wanted something that people could look at and not just walk by and be like, it's just a piece of artwork, but something they could like, that's my town. There used to be no paved roads on High Street. You could see that. And there's a picture of the street we're on right now. You can look at that. I just think it's interesting and, showing off the history of our town. And I don't know, there's a lot of history that people kind of forgot about.
RGB, while only open about 2 weeks, already has some happy customers.
I enjoy the atmosphere. The cappuccino I had was pretty good.
My third time here. I enjoy the atmosphere. I actually enjoy all the old pictures that they have on the wall of Waynesburg, so you can sort of see what it looked like, you know, almost 100 years ago.
RGB is located on High Street behind Willison Hall. For WCTV, I'm Ethan Spazarski.
The Waynesburg University Sports Network is a student-run organization that broadcasts the sports games here at Waynesburg University. Joey Cirillo takes a closer look into how a production is set up and what it takes to broadcast a game.
Wednesday evening, women's and men's basketball teams faced off against Geneva, and Waynesburg University Sports Network, or WUSN, brought you coverage for both games. I'm here to bring you behind the scenes. Waynesburg University Sports Network has many working parts before games begin. Starting around 2 hours before the games, we set up cameras, CCUs and other cables, announcer booths, radio booths, pre-game show, and the most important job, having different teams laid out for the evening, from our social media team, photography team, camera crew, truck crew, announcers crew, radio crew, and pre-game panel. We all have a hand in the success of productions. Being led by WUSN director Tyler Zeman, we always put in our best effort game after game.
I would say this first semester, being the executive producer of the Waynesburg University Sports Network, it has been very challenging at times. You know, nothing's ever easy. There's always going to be issues, whether it's with setup, technology, crewing, all that kind of stuff. We still got a long way to go, I think. We have a very good group of people and students that have been involved and have put in a lot of hard work, because you know, we're trying to do great things and we're trying to be the best we can be. And without everybody being available, showing up, working hard, and putting their best foot forward, it's not, we want to do as many broadcasts as we can. We want to have the quantity, but we also want to have that quality.
And even while working hard, we still find a way to have fun.
You know, it's going to be a great game for both sides. We have a pickup segment. We're going to have some guests on today. It's going to be a really fun and exciting day for Waynesburg. So we got 30 minutes till game time. Let's get into it.
What's up, guys? Welcome into the women's game at the Rudy Mercer Fieldhouse. Oh, hey, guys. What's up? Welcome back to the channel.
For WCTV, I'm Joseph Shirella.
That's all for local and campus-related news. Up next, we'll take a look at news from around the nation.
Have you ever been to the Everly Library? If not, you should, because it's great. They have books of all different genres: history, biography, fiction. Try The Evolution of Life, Life of Pi, or Jurassic Park. So what if books aren't your thing? Try movies, like Frozen, or TV shows, like Lost. Books and DVDs aren't the only thing, though. Take a trip to the second floor. Welcome to the Writing Center. These tutors will tell you everything you need to know about writing a paper, and they'll help revise your essays. Now let's head back down. Behold, the Knox Learning Center. Need to print something out 5 minutes before your next class because you procrastinated? No problem. You can also print off pictures of dogs. Because, well, you can. So grab your homework, laptop, and textbook, and study diligently. Bring your lunch too. Actually, you can't. That's illegal. Now you know the Everly Library. Stop by anytime. Seriously, it's open all week.
Welcome back to the newscast, live at 5. 4 presidential candidates took to the debate stage on Wednesday night in an effort to chip away at former President Donald Trump's commanding lead in the polls.
In a debate without the frontrunner, the remaining Republican White House hopefuls making their case to voters in Alabama.
I have delivered results. That's what we need for this country.
I have been a conservative fighter all my life.
It is going to take a leader from the outside with fresh legs from the next generation to unite this country.
It's often very difficult to be the only person on the stage who's telling the truth.
Front and center, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, positioning herself as the best alternative to Donald Trump.
I love all the attention, fellas. Thank you for that.
Her key rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, trying to jumpstart his campaign, less than 6 weeks before the first votes are cast in Iowa.
We know from her history, Nikki will cave to those big donors when it counts, and that is not acceptable.
The two going at it on a range of issues, including the economy and foreign policy.
If you harm an American service member, you're going to have hell to pay when I'm president. We are not going to let our troops be sitting ducks.
I dealt with Iran every day when I was at the United Nations, and they only respond to strength.
The other two candidates on stage, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, looking for their own scene-stealing moments.
I mean, Nick, if you can't tell the difference between where Israel is and the U.S. is on a map, I can have my 3-year-old son show you the difference.
As for former President Trump, the candidates on stage insisting that it's time to move on.
The idea that we're going to put someone up there that's almost 80 and there's going to be no effects from that, we all know that that's not true.
He is unfit to be president, and there is no bigger issue in this race, Megyn, than Donald Trump.
Trump spent his evening at a fundraiser in Florida supporting his candidacy. In Tuscaloosa, I'm Julia Benbrook.
In Arizona, the FBI has arrested and charged a man for online comments that allegedly incited what police call a religiously motivated deadly terrorist attack in Australia. A witness recorded video of the moments the arrest happened. Mason Carroll has the story.
People in Heber Overgard describe their town as quiet and peaceful. The only buzz they really get is during the busy tourism months. However, that all changed last Friday when people say about 20 FBI officers swarmed this gas station to arrest Donald Day Jr. One woman we spoke with who didn't want to be named says she and her friend were visiting the Chevron for breakfast last Friday when her friend yelled at her to stay in her car. At that point, she says the FBI agent swarmed the building and arrested Day. She shared this video she took on her cell phone with us.
And I was playing on my phone, and she opens the door and it starts yelling at me, don't come in, and was so alarmed. I stopped and I looked around, and when I looked around, I saw in excess, it seemed at least 20 FBI agents in full gear, sidearms, everything, and it really shocked me because we're kind of a small community.
We spoke with the owner of the Chevron asking for more information, but he said he did not want to talk about it. Reporting in Heber Overgard, Mason Carroll for Arizona's Family.
The House advanced a Republican-led resolution to censure Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman of New York over a fire alarm incident. On Wednesday, the House voted down a Democratic motion to table the resolution. It is expected the House will vote on the censure resolution sometime today. Bowman was caught on tape pulling a fire alarm in the Cannon House office building in September as the House was scheduled to vote on a government funding bill. Bowman has said it was an accident and later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge for falsely triggering a fire alarm in a House office building.
A study shows why California redwoods are so resilient following damaging wildfires. Researchers looked at the trees in Big Basin State Park south of San Francisco in the wake of the CZU lightning complex fires of 2020. They found carbon reserves dating back 50 to 100 years that can be used to create new leaves and perform photosynthesis. They also found new sprouts coming from bud traces, which are lines that run from inside the tree to the surface that can lead to new leaves. Some of the trees grew bud traces thousands of years ago in biological anticipation of an event like wildfires.
That's all for national news. When we come back, we'll have your business and entertainment. But first, Seth Adams has a quick weather update.
Here on Waynesburg University, I'm just outside of Stover and a little chilly, maybe the lower 40s, but stay tuned for our 7-day forecast coming up right here on WCTV.
You're watching WCTV, where we aim to bring you the best local coverage of what you care about most. Everything from local businesses to hometown sports and the latest weather. We're keeping up to date with what you need to know about issues that affect our campus and our community. We're telling the stories that matter, celebrating our past, our future, and our potential. So tune in for all the latest buzz right here on WCTV Channel 14, Waynesburg.
Welcome back to the newscast live at 5. I'm Haley Ryan with your business and entertainment update. The price of Bitcoin is still soaring today after rising to its highest level in 18 months. The crypto rally comes as investors look ahead to two major moves from federal regulators, one of which could make the popular digital currency more mainstream. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has a closer look at this recent price surge and what to know if you're considering investing.
Crypto is having a big moment. The price of Bitcoin is still surging past $40,000 on Wednesday.
There is tremendous potential there, but the volatility is not for everyone.
And the Bitcoin rally has both newbie investors and longtime adopters celebrating. So what's behind the latest surge? Investors are growing increasingly optimistic about the economy, citing two major recent developments. One, the markets are betting the Federal Reserve could cut interest rates in 2024. That's despite Fed Chairman Jerome Powell leaving the door open for more hikes. And two, the Securities and Exchange Commission is expected to approve the nation's first Bitcoin exchange-traded fund next month. It's a setback for the SEC, which has been trying to rein in the cryptocurrency industry.
Bitcoin can be a powerful diversifier in investors' portfolios. No one's saying it should be, 3/4 of your portfolio, but a small amount.
So, should you invest in the crypto asset? And is this latest rally short-lived? Analysts are cautioning new investors to be wary of rushing in and recommend that you don't invest an amount you're not willing to lose.
Make sure that you're able to stomach that drawdown. So, the potential for further downside is there.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The Securities and Exchange Commission is expected to make a decision on that Bitcoin-focused exchange-traded fund by January 10th deadline. McDonald's is testing out a new cafe concept aimed to rival Starbucks. The chain hopes the new concept will help it grow in the specialty coffee business. McDonald's CEO shed more light on the long-awaited Cosmix Cafe idea during an investor event Wednesday. Like Starbucks, Cosmix will focus on cooled, sweet beverages that can be modified to taste. While McDonald's already has its McCafe menu at its existing locations, the chain CEO said it can't just add a bunch of new drinks to its regular menus. That's because it would complicate kitchen operations and slow down service. So, it's testing out this new concept to see if people will swing by Cosmix during their afternoon slumps to buy customizable beverages. McDonald's CEO told investors that Cosmix is just a test. So far, there's just one location opening in Bolingbrook, Illinois later this week. McDonald's plans to open 9 more locations, all in Texas, through the first half of next year. Taylor Swift had her turn. Now it's time for another music star to rule the box office. David Daniel has early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters this weekend.
So most of these wishes will never be granted?
Wish fell to 5th place in its second weekend, conjuring up $7.4 million. Trolls Band Together stayed in 4th place. The animated threequel made $7.6 million. The Japanese kaiju film Godzilla -1 opened in 3rd place, stomping off with $11 million.
I am Dr. Volumnia Gall, your humble head game maker.
After 2 weekends on top, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes fell to 2nd, adding $14.5 million for a domestic total of $121 million.
Don't know what you're waiting for. Cuff it.
Beyoncé is the queen of the box office. Her concert movie Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, debuted #1, starting its run with $21 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all for your business and entertainment update. Up next is sports with Joey Cirillo.
Jacket Sports Weekly, where you can find everything Waynesburg University sports. Tune in every week to our panel as they take a deep dive into Waynesburg sports. We cover everything from football.
Turning around is Isaac Trout. Did he get the feet down? We will wait for the mark. And they call it a touchdown.
To basketball.
Ball. Got it! We're all tied up!
To softball.
Max this one. Left field. Kiss it goodbye!
Stay up to date with all your favorite Waynesburg University sports with us at Jacket Sports Weekly.
Welcome back to the newscast live at 5. I'm Joey Cirillo with your Waynesburg sports update. The men's and women's basketball teams faced off against Geneva College last night. Luke Andrusik was there for the game.
On Wednesday night, both the men's and women's basketball teams took on Geneva at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. After trailing 24-11 at the end of the first quarter, the Lady Jackets shrunk the deficit to 5, with the first half ending with Geneva leading 37-32. The third quarter would continue to be a problem for the Lady Jackets, being outscored 26-14 in the third, making the score 63-46 in the Golden Tornadoes' favor going into the fourth quarter. The Lady Jackets stormed all the way back to tie the game up if within the final minute of play, but the Tornadoes would end up winning the game 77-73. Freshman Kayla Howard continued her impressive season by scoring 18 points on Wednesday night. The women fall to 0-8 on the season. For the men's team, they fell to Geneva by the final score of 58-48. The Jackets were tied 28-28 with 5 seconds left in the first half when Trevor Tipton of Geneva sunk a three-pointer to make the score 31-28 in favor of the Tornadoes at half. The Tipton three-pointer all but put Waynesburg away, as the Jackets would never regain the lead. Anton Baker had a double-double, putting up 14 points and 11 rebounds in the Waynesburg loss. The Yellow Jackets left 10 points on the court as well, shooting 9 for 19 from the charity stripe, as they fall to 4-4 on the young season. Both teams will travel to Meadville on Saturday to play the Allegheny Gators. The women's game will start at 2 p.m., with the men's game following shortly after. For WCTV, I'm Luke Andrusik.
The Waynesburg wrestling team traveled to Paynesville, Ohio, where they wrestled in the Storm Open, hosted by Lake Erie College. The Yellow Jackets faced a variety of teams from the NCAA, which featured Division I schools Ohio State, Central Michigan, and West Virginia. Seth Evans led the team with 2-2 record, placing 4th overall. Evans opened the tournament with a 17-0 technical fall and followed that up with a 6-3 decision win over Evan Reed of Division II Gaiman. The Yellow Jackets will travel to Penn State Behrend this Friday for a dual match. Start time is scheduled for 7 p.m. That's all for sports. Up next is Seth Adams with your 7-day forecast.
Welcome back to the newscast live at 5. I'm Seth Adams with your 7-day forecast. It is currently 42 degrees outside right now with wind speeds of 10 miles per hour. Tonight it will dip down to 37 degrees and wind speeds of 11 miles per hour. Tomorrow the weather will be a little bit warmer as the high will be 60 degrees and a low of 44 with partly cloudy skies. Going into the weekend, the temperature will stay about the same as the high on Saturday is 63 and the low is 44. On Sunday, expect some showers as there is a 96% chance of rain with a high of 56 and a low of 32. Heading into next week, the temperature will drop back down below 40 degrees on Monday with a high of 36 and a low of 27. On Tuesday, the high is 43 and a low of 29. And on Wednesday, the high is 42 with a low of 27. Wrapping up the week on Thursday, the high is 44 and a low of 28 with sunny skies. That's all I got for your 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Seth. That's all for the newscast for the 2023 fall semester. From myself and everyone here at the desk and behind the scenes, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you in January. Have a safe and happy holiday.
This has been a production of Waynesburg Community Television.